Joining me today from Department of Ag, Trade, Consumer Protection, it's my friend Michael. He's back and he's ready to help us out with some great information. Michael, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, Jeremy. Thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks for coming back. We're going to be talking about Veterans Day and Military Family Month and keeping our families and vets protected. Most importantly, they, just like anybody else, are susceptible to scams. Unfortunately, it's really a terrible thing, no matter across any board, but it just, yikes, don't like it here. So what do you know as it pertains to some of the things that you're hearing or that you guys get reports of when it comes to our military families and scams or other crazy ways of stealing information and whatnot?
Yeah, you mentioned that they're susceptible to scams, and in fact, they're targeted twice as much as regular civilians are. And so, that number is staggering. And as you mentioned earlier, it's heartbreaking too, because you have this group of individuals who give so much, and then they also at the same time get targeted twice as much. And how they do it, what they exploit is they take advantage of the military lifestyle and the culture, which has some unique aspects to it. So you can exploit those, not only the nuances, but also that trust that comes with their peers or the programs. And so you prey on those two, and then you combine that with you have a guaranteed revenue source with their income and their benefits. By serving, you get that guaranteed check every twice a month. And so you can put all those together, you can create a pretty good ruse that a lot of people will fall victim to.
Yeah, that's so unfortunate. And again, it doesn't matter what whether you're in the military or not, but to be picking on folks that are serving the nation here, it's a tough one to swallow. But what we do here is we bring awareness to this, and that's what we're going to do today. So you've got some of scams and information that has happened, but ways of also being on the lookout for it. So first one, and you kind of mentioned this a little bit, but claiming to be military or government officials and requesting money or personal information. This would be tough, because does the government call you directly when you're in the military? That could be a little bit difficult. I wouldn't ask you to answer that, but what should they be looking for?
Well, they should be looking for is what that particular call is asking for. So if they're perpetrating to be from the government, and they're, say one of the common ruses is a deployed family member has gotten hurt, or they lost something, or they need help with, money to get to a certain area. If the family member's been, around that environment in the service for a while, most of those should be red flags, but to newer members, they may not. And the first thing you want to know is the military is never going to call asking for money. They're never going to call asking for personal information. They may call to let you know something that happened, or they may have a question about how they could help, but they're certainly not going to ask for those things.
Yeah, and that's good. And you should read some of the information that's tied to some of your accounts on how they reach out. There might be some password information, have kind of understand that. I bet helps weed out a little bit of these calls. And I think of it too, just like we get random calls every day or texts every day of, soliciting, and it's unwanted, you didn't want it and you're getting it and you're like, wait, what?
Right. And because there is so many of them, and even with the service in the military in the past 20 years, there's been so many other unique organizations and charities and donation groups that support not only the veterans, but their families themselves. And so it's becoming really difficult to discern which ones are legitimate, which ones are not, whether it be coming through email, phone call, text, all of those. It makes it challenging.
Yeah, and another area here that you comment on is advertising rental housing near military bases for great prices, maybe even with a discount for military families. Almost sounds too good to be true.
Yeah, so this is a big one because there's other professions that we have where you move for the job, but the military is one where it's common knowledge you're moving for your job. You're going to change stations quite frequently, especially over a long career, and so the scammers will exploit this, especially around large bases, because if a new family or veteran is moving into that area, they want to live off post. And so what they do is they advertise these houses, apartments, whatever, for either a low rate or at the purpose of getting them in there. And in fact, there's no house available at all. And so the scam is to get them to provide that down payment, that earnest money, And in reality, it's not there, and oftentimes they don't have much time to relocate. So it's easy for them to fall victim to it, which is why they prey on it.
That one sounds like one of the hotel ones where you buy a hotel, same deal. You rent a house or something in the Bahamas or you name it, and it doesn't exist by the time you get there, and you're like, wait, what?
Exactly.
So it's got some common themes there, certainly that mimic other scams out there. So something else to be aware of, but definitely another area that's just disappointing. Selling rare or expensive goods online with too good to be true discounts for Veterans Day. There's a lot of veteran stuff offered for vets. My brother's a vet, and he goes out usually and goes to places he knows. But that's an easy one for anybody to get scammed on, let alone vets.
Absolutely. And we'll see it this week. You'll see a lot of local area, well, national and local businesses that will be supporting Veterans Day and offering discounts. And we'll see that being exploited even further, not just around this time of month, but more so right now, is offering these goods, things that, are honoring veterans or veteran owned or veteran made. And in reality, most of that time, the stuff doesn't exist and they're preying to that particular market. The other side of it is, trying, especially in local areas where there is a high military presence, say maybe up by Fort McCoy, where you have newer soldiers that have, this new steady income and are a little bit more prone to spend it. And so they see these things and say, wow, what a great deal. I want to buy, this new car because it's a great deal and I have this great job. Or I've always wanted to have, tickets. I wanted to go see the Packers and now I can get a great deal on them. And in reality, none of it exists.
Right. And that's pretty, again, just hard to swallow. In fact, just overall, we're supposed to be thanking our vets, not be not be doing something else and be a target. But they're, again, easy target based on the time here. So unfortunate, but something to look out for. Offering a secret or little known government funding grants, benefits, programs, troops. Now, this one I have heard of, another what I would say is common scheme. But there again, almost that too good to be true offer. There shouldn't be anything that's that great, right?
Correct. And we've always said, especially on this show together, if it sounds too good to be true, it is. This is another one of those, and it's unique to the military because they try to exploit either subsidiary programs or associate programs. Let's just take the GI Bill. So what they'll do is they'll say, we can help you, expand your GI Bill or extend your benefits or help you use it for, certain things that it may not typically apply for. And all of these are just scams. They're just trying to get your information, whether it be for school or they're actually just trying to get, you pay for something that you're, the service that you're never going to get because it doesn't exist and the military would prohibit it anyways.
Yeah, that's again, just definitely do some research, do some homework. Again, that too good to be true thing is something that you definitely have shared with us on many fronts. If people do want to stay up to date on more information, Michael, on this or just common scam information, because a lot of these did mimic a lot of scams that we've talked about here over and over again. How could folks check that out and learn more?
Yeah, I would just encourage everyone to visit our website at DATCP.wi.gov. We have a library of resources available and specifically on veteran scams and things like that.
All right. Thank you so much for the great information. And thank you all vets out there for everything you do and have done for this country and continue to do to keep us safe.
And allow me to echo that. Thank you, Jeremy.